Of the many gifts of talent we were granted on this film, David Fletcher was the gentleman that had to engineer some of our biggest, nastiest, most explosive moments with his team.
We have this one scene that is bigger than anything we've done on the Saw films and the Feast films, and even in the first one of this. It's the rave scene. Marcus first had the idea, and we tell it to people, and they respond all the same, like, "Whoa, that would be awesome." But then it got to a point where, okay, how do we do that? And we had just a great crew. Grace Graham Walker and David Fletcher sort of put their heads together and came up with it, and it was pretty damn wicked. So that was definitely my favorite scene.
Hey, so my name's Tim Walkie. I'm working with Dave Fletcher, special effects, and I'm his design guy. So we designed this combine rig to kill hundreds of people in the opening scene of the movie. It took a couple weeks to design this thing, and basically it's all CAD drawings and files, and you send it off to water jet. It becomes almost like a Rector set. It becomes a kit. So in this case, it's a combine kit. Once we're done designing it, all the parts fit together. Everything lines up. There's no machining. It's all done on a water jet, which cuts everything all the way down to the sprockets on the chains.
It weighs approximately 1,500 pounds. It's 26 feet across. And it's a variable speed motor, so it can travel at whatever speed we choose to have it travel at. The same as the rotors, they can travel at either a slow speed, slow RPM, or a fast RPM, depending. The blades are all rubber. They're all cut by a water saw. And then we do have real blades for it, but there was never a requirement for us to use them. To push blood through the combine, we used 4 air movers with 4 crew members behind the back of the air movers throwing blood and body parts into the combine and letting the combine just flick them out. And then we also had air mortars to blow blood in the air, as well as different blood bags we were blowing up.
And from blowing up a school, that took probably 2 months of prep, but somehow he did it in 2 weeks. From having enough fire to be safe and yet look amazing in our sets, he did so with such grace, and it's as if nothing fazed Mr. Fletcher. No matter what cannonball of challenge we would toss his way, he'd bat it away with a, "We can do that, we can do that, no problem."
We had approximately nearly 2,000 gallons of propane that we pumped into that building. And then we used naphthalene bombs to do the explosion initially out of the window. The trophy room was on stage, which is a lot trickier to do than doing an exterior fire because of the parameters of being inside a building, fumes, obviously smoke alarms and sprinklers. And being that the ceiling's only 35 feet high, it does make things a little complicated. We had fire bars running across the floor and then on about 3 feet off the floor throughout that whole set. And they were all numbered from one end to the other end, running into 4 different manifolds around that set. So we could turn any section of that set on with fire and then turn it off. And so Marcus, all he had to do was pick which walls that he wanted to be on fire at that time, and it would happen. The tanks in the trophy room were 3/4 inch tempered glass, and we used 4 glass breakers to break each one of them on cue.
it was a marvel to behold. I don't know how. Somehow we were fortunate enough to get David Fletcher on this film to create that, to bring us kind of big blockbuster scale moments on our little tiny movie, and it showed day after day after day. And he also couldn't have been more kind in administering all the mayhem he did as well. It was truly a sight to behold, and someone I hope to work with again and again and again.